Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful Tuesday, November 1st. Hope everybody had did you have a happy Halloween, Donald?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, what kind of candy do you give out?
Let's see. This year we gave out Sweeties, Snickers, Three Musketeers, Hershey's, and
that's a
Kit
lot.
Kat, I think.
That's pretty good.
It's only one bag each. So,
So yeah, when you run out, you run out.
we're around. Yeah. I don't go buy the big.
You're not going. Yeah, okay.
I don't buy
Well,
industrial
yeah.
size.
Well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. But yeah, I hope you all had a happy Halloween. As this is Tuesday, November 1st, here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Appreciate you tuning in, whether you're listening or watching on channel 98 over in Salem, channel 100 here in Flora, Louisville, up in Effingham. However you're getting our content, we do appreciate it here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I didn't even say who he was. Donald Glenn is here. He is with the New Illinois organization.
That's correct.
And we are going to talk today about if Illinois may become a new state. You got to start somewhere, don't you?
Yes, you do.
That's right. We're going to talk about that with Donald today here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much. What is going on in and around your area today? You're off TV now, so feel free to watch me on TV. I'm not that good. I'm not that good looking, Don. Donald, don't worry about watching me.
Okay.
Do you prefer Donald or Don?
Either one's fine.
Either one's fine? All right. All right, what's going on today? The Wayne Country Quilts of Valor are going to have a big sew day this afternoon. It's going to be at the Blue Point Church down by Johnsonville. It's going to go from 9 o'clock until 3 p.m. today. And they're getting lunch. So Trust Bank is going to bring in lunch. The Wayne County Quilts of Valor. Now, those ladies do a great job. They make quilts and build them for veterans. They've been donating them to Vietnam veterans as well as Korean War veterans, probably already the World War II veterans, maybe some of the folks from Operation Desert Storm and our other Iraqi, the Enduring Freedom stuff too. So if you're a quilter, by all means, head up to Blue Point Church near Johnsonville today, starting right now. But they'll probably let you in anytime and go do some quilting for folks. What else is going on today? Actually, with Halloween yesterday, everybody was doing all their trunk or treat and stuff all night long. So you have the people who would get out and do organized activities. They probably taking Tuesday, November 1st off. So they do have a few national celebrations today. It is, ladies and gentlemen, National Calzone Day. National Calzone Day. If the air is resplendent with the aroma of garlic and tomato sauce, today it might just be the time to celebrate National Calzone Day. Calzones take the delicious toppings of cheese and a pizza and tuck it up tight in a warm, garlicky, crusty package known as calzone. In some parts of Italy, it is known as, like the pizza, it originated in Naples. It looks like a turnover as the varied as pizzas come these days. So do the calzones. The loose translation, by the way, of the word calzone from Italian to English, trouser legs. Trouser legs are the loose translation. I had no idea.
You got
trouser legs. Did you know you were eating trouser legs? No, you didn't. I can tell.
No, and I've had many a calzone.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so we have trouser. Calzone dough is infused with garlic and butter to add flavor. Sauce is made from scratch with Italian herbs and spices to lend the old world flair. So there you go. Experience a fresh, hot from the oven calzone today on National Calzone Day. This started, by the way, back in 2016, founded by Minsky's Pizza to celebrate their 40th anniversary and their passion for delicious handmade calzone. So there you go. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? In keeping with the food and apparently the unhealthy food from Halloween, we're sticking with that because this is also National Deep Fried Clams Day. This recognizes a popular seafood enjoyed since the 1840s. Fried clams have been on menus in restaurants since for over 180 years, served alongside mutton, liver, and veal cutlets up and down the eastern seaboard. According to legend, later on, Lawrence Chubby Woodman from Essex, Massachusetts, deep fried the first breaded version of clams over 100 years ago. And on July 3rd, 1916, in a small roadside restaurant, now Woodman's of Essex, it's believed Chubby served his customers the first modern day deep fried clams. Later on, that Thomas Soffren of Soffren Brothers Clam Company in Ipswich, Massachusetts, created clam strips and sold these to Howard Johnson's in an exclusive deal, and that's how Howard Johnson's up and down the seaboard always had the fried clams, and that's where people would go to get fried clams. So how about that? Enjoy fried clams today. What else is going on today? This is November 1st, also National Cook for Your Pets Day. November 1st celebrates Cook for Your Pets Day. This national holiday encourages cooking something for the pet companion in your life. You love your pet, you want to provide what's best for them, so why not try to make them a healthy home-cooked meal, no matter what kind of pet you have. A dog, a lizard, mouse, who knows? Get cooking, dog or cat. A lot of people these days are concerned about the food they eat and where that food or the ingredients come from. Most of our food supply today is processed and loaded with fillers. Same applies to pet food. Animals need to eat a natural diet to be in optimal health. Most of the food you buy them has a lot of unnatural things in it. And if you cook or make your own pet food at home, you are in control of what your pets eat. Personally, whenever we cook for our pets, and I must admit, Donald, that I have cooked for my pets before.
As have I.
When you have Great Danes, you just never know what they're going to like and not like.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
But if you're cooking for your pet, you can't really go wrong with rice and chicken, to me.
Rice and sweet potatoes, actually.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
There you go. Sweet potatoes. Take care of your pet with those too, with those as well. Also, of course, consult your veterinarian should you ever be wanting to make. They can probably give you some hints on what to cook and what not to cook. Don't give them cheese. Don't give them chocolate. How about that? Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
That makes sense. I like eggs, though. What do you want to see on TV today, folks? This is Game 4 tonight of the World Series. The Houston Astros at Philadelphia this evening. It's Christian Javier on the mound for the Astros versus Ranger Suarez. Ron Hare Suarez for the Phillies. NBA basketball tonight. Couple of games to tell you about. On TNT, a doubleheader. It's Chicago Bulls at Brooklyn Nets, and that's on channel 633 at 6:30, followed by the Timberwolves at the Suns tonight at 9 p.m. College football. Don't you just love MACtion? Coming back today. The MAC conference. Playing on Tuesday nights.
I never did follow the MAC that far.
Yeah.
To know that they played on Tuesday nights.
They started in November whenever they think the World Series is over, although this year the World Series got
in November,
messed up because of the strike. I might be having a stroke. but because of the strike. But yeah, it's MAC football tonight. It's Western Michigan at Bowling Green on ESPN2. That's on channel 638. Central Michigan is at Northern Illinois. The Huskies on would DeKalb be in New Illinois or in Old Illinois?
They would
be in New, wouldn't they? Yeah. So there you go. Northern Illinois Huskies on ESPNU channel 642, also at 6 p.m. triple header of hockey, 3 games to tell you about in hockey. The Bruins are at Pittsburgh on ESPN Channel 601 at 7 o'clock, followed by the Anaheim Ducks at the San Jose Sharks. And then finally, also, the Blackhawks are at home tonight. NBC Sports Chicago, Channel 643. They are hosting the New York Islanders. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Donald Glenn. My name is Bruce Dickey. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to talk about making a new state, and we hope to see you right back here. Talk about that in just a minute. Again, here on Wabash Catch TV. Stick around. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Donald Glenn. Make sure everything up there is probably too late to ask you. Everything spelled correctly? Illinois State, newillinoisstate.org.
Yes.
Okay. As we are going to talk today about well, I guess it's kind of, you guys are after the establishment of a 51st state, right?
That's correct. New Illinois was founded in 2018, actually by people in the collar counties of Lake, DuPage, that area up in through there.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised it would be the collar counties that were forming it as opposed to like I-80 and South I-80 and that kind of thing.
It's been talked about over the years. I mean, this is not a new idea. I mean, people have floated this idea for a long time of, as they say, or we used to put it, pushing Chicago into Lake Michigan and just forming a new state.
Yeah.
Or kicking Chicago and Cook County out, whichever way you wanted to look at it.
Right.
But those have all been, 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 those have all been nothing organized. It's always been a referendum or this. And the thing about
And as I understand it, referendums really don't hold water anyway, right?
no, because especially if it's put forth by the voters.
Right.
If a referendum comes from the voting public and says, and they want to put something on the ballot,
Yeah.
the legislature does not have to honor that referendum
Yeah.
if it passes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's nice. Have a nice day. Now, if they put forth a referendum,
If the legislature does.
now they can choose whether it is a binding or a non-binding.
Okay.
Because if they choose binding, then they have to abide by whatever the voters say. If
All
they
right.
choose non-binding, then they consider it as an advisory as to what they'll make their legislative laws. So, like I said, this has been talked about.
So this
many
has come
times.
up, though,
Oh,
before.
it has come up before. Matter of fact, there was, and I don't remember the actual year. I apologize.
1980.
Well, no, I think it was after that, or might have been around. Well, it might have been around the same time.
Around that time sometime.
There was actually a legislator in Chicago, an alderman, who actually proposed Chicago breaking away from Illinois at one point.
Is that right? Now, this I didn't realize.
Yes.
Okay. So 5 years ago or 4 years ago in 2018, these collar counties start this organization.
Right.
What do you do first whenever you're wanting to break away from your state?
Well, they had to do some research, obviously, as to what
They must have attorneys involved.
They consulted a lot of different people, really, and what they found that there's already an organization in California trying to do the same thing. It's called New California, and they started a few years before New Illinois got started. And the way it is set up is the county. You get the counties involved. They bond together and they say, okay, you find a legislator who's willing to put this on the legislative calendar, that here's a resolution
Right.
that we want to break away from the state of Illinois and we want to submit to the United States government to form a new state. Now,
So there are multiple hurdles.
multiple. The first one is you've got to get it past your state legislature.
Well, first of all, you got to get past your county.
Well, I mean, once you get in,
I see.
Once you
Okay.
get the group together, yeah, and you are correct there. I do apologize. Yes, you got to get your counties together. They've got to agree that they want to do this. Then when they do this, you have to go to the legislature, and it has to be a resolution, because if it becomes a bill, the governor can veto that. The governor cannot veto a resolution.
Okay. Now, why did the folks up in DuPage County, how did this start, I guess,
Well,
is my question.
The best way to put it is Illinois is a failed state.
Yeah.
Has been for a number of years. Since 1973, we've had 4 governors wind up in prison. 4 governors or former governors wind up in prison. Starting with Otto Kerner back in 73. Then you had Daniel Walker. And then, of course, Ryan and Blagojevich back to back.
Yeah.
And if you look at the reasons, it was been bribery, it's been
Also, if you look at it, they're not the only ones doing bad stuff.
no, they're not. I mean, that is evident by recently Michael Madigan having to resign.
Still under
from the House, and he's still under investigation as far as I understand.
That's what I understand too.
Matter of fact, I think he actually has been indicted.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when they're going to get the.
They
things
keep putting
going.
it off.
They keep putting it off. So you've got that. You've got the fact that downstate Illinois, and even like they say in the collar counties, they are looked at as an afterthought. Chicago has Cook County, Chicago has about 40% of the population.
Okay.
They garner at least 50% of the state's resources and money.
That was what I was going to get to eventually.
Yeah, they garner. So you look at that, and if you also look at the way things and laws that have been passed, when Bruce Rauner signed the Illinois as a sanctuary state, There was a survey by SurveyMonkey done in 2018 that said 88% of Illinoisans that responded to that survey. I want to quantify that. Were against being a sanctuary state, and yet he signs it because he had pressure from the Cook County area, and it just keeps going on like that.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break here, folks. We're going to come back, show a little explanatory video of what the New Illinois organization does, and then we'll also have some more stuff. Talking here with Donald Glenn from the New Illinois organization. We'll be back right after these. Do stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest here is Donald Glenn. You can find out more about the New Illinois group at the newillinoisstate.org, and we're going to talk about that as well. They have a large convention coming up weekend of Veterans Day, right?
Yes, Veterans Day weekend, the 11th and 12th in Effingham.
There it is. The save the date. The New Illinois creating a new state second constitutional convention. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about some of these folks later here on the show. But I promised you that we were going to give you go show you a video of a little bit about the organization and what they're talking about. Here's what the New Illinois folks are talking about.
Depending on how you respond to this next question, depends on how the mood of the next 3 or 4 minutes is going to be. How many in this room want to separate from Chicago and Cook County? I just made that question up about 2 minutes ago.
So there you go. There's let me shut down the microphone there. That's all fun and pretty, but it kind of cuts out a little bit about what has to take place, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Like I said, it is a process.
Yeah.
And we talk once we get the counties involved, and once we get a resolution from and which has already been done by Brad Holbrook. And he'll be redoing it again this coming legislative session.
That was the fellow who was in that.
That was the man.
And he's from Shelbyville.
He's from Shelbyville.
Okay.
And he has introduced a resolution that says basically we would take the 101 counties outside of Cook County, and we request to leave the state of Illinois and seek from the federal government the right to become a new state.
How is this being received by different counties as well as Cook County? What's the people in Cook County? They just kind of, going like this, making it blowing off your shoulder.
It's been kind of mixed. I mean, I've heard some people talk about that, say that there's some people in Cook County that's like, okay, fine, we don't need them, and then there are others that kind of call us whatever choice words they want to, and say that we're being foolish because we need Cook County. We'll never survive without Cook County. Clearly not the case. If we were to obtain the split as we are looking at it, we would have a GDP and a population larger than Indiana.
That is surprising. I bet you that probably surprises folks when you tell them that.
It does. One guy I told that to, though. He goes, "Oh, really? You're using that as your marker?" And I had to kind of explain to him that puts us like in the middle of the 50 states.
Yeah,
as terms of population and GDP.
Illinois with Chicago would probably be Maybe we've slipped to what, sixth in population,
Something like that, yeah.
maybe sixth or so in population, and GDP probably fourth or fifth.
Right.
A little behind California. Well, a lot behind California. New York, and
Florida, and
Texas. But I bet you we're about fifth.
We're in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Easily. And I think, like I said, Indiana's like 18th.
How are you being received by counties? How many counties have there been counties have already made the?
Currently, we have 30 counties with active committees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the way we do it is each county that wants to be part of it, they have to form a committee to go out and educate their county, the people in their county, as to what the process is, what our rights are under the federal Constitution, U.S. Constitution. Article 4, Section 3 and 4 are the ones that we highlight on this, and. When I talk to different people, and they say, I talked to one guy the other night, and I told him what was going on, or actually, a coworker was telling me, "Hey, Don's trying to form a new state." I'm like, what? No, I'm not trying to form. I'm part of a group trying to do that. And the guy says, "What do you mean?" And I said, he goes, "That's really a thing?"
Yeah.
And I kind of get surprised at that, but then again, when you think about it. This is something that hasn't been done in over 100 years.
Well, that's the question that for the folks who may not be as up on their history of the United States as others, it hasn't been done since what, 1860?
Yeah. It's when West Virginia split from Virginia due to the issue of slavery.
Right.
Was their issue there. And theirs kind of went with a little different route than what normally we're actually taking. We're following their lead, but it was just a number of counties said, we don't want to be a part of you guys anymore. We want to form our own state. We want to, leave. And of course, the Civil War broke out at the same time, and which made Virginia no longer part of the United States. So when they broke away from Virginia, it was fairly easy for them
to get representation in Congress.
And be put in.
And
ours is going to be a little bit tougher in that once the resolution, if it does pass the Illinois General Assembly, then it moves to the United States Congress. It bypasses the governor's desk. He cannot stop it.
Really?
It cannot be court challenged. As far as the only way it could be court challenged is process.
Yeah, making sure that you guys are crossing your I's.
Yeah, right. That the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and all that. But the governor can't stop it. Courts can't stop it. It goes straight to the United States House. They vote on it. If they agree and pass it, the president can't stop it.
Wow.
All the president can do at that point is look at a list of names provided by the new state to select a provisional governor.
And that's all he can do because the state would select their representatives.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing now with the county committees. We have formed a legislature, if you will. We've got our House Assembly, and we've got the Senate. And what those people will be doing is, if and when we get this designation as the 51st state, they would be the provisional government, if you will, until elections could take place, and those would have to be done within a year.
That is fascinating to me. That is terrifically fascinating to me, especially since you folks already have you have set up a constitution, right?
We are working on one, yes. Currently, we're taking the three previous and the current Illinois Constitution, and we're kind of just mosh pitting it together and picking what we like out of this one, what we don't, and eliminating what we don't like, picking what we like out of this one, and then trying to make it form into a constitution that's workable for every Illinoisan, no matter whether you're living on a farm, whether you're living in Champaign or Quincy or Effingham,
Peoria, Collier County of St. Louis.
Counties, it's fair for every Illinoisan that we eliminate certain things, such as what's in the current Constitution for Illinois is legalized gerrymandering.
Yeah.
And for those who may not understand that term, gerrymandering is the process of basically, if you want to call it rigging, I don't like using that term, but setting yourself up for legislative districts to give yourself the best advantage.
Yeah, and it's almost impossible. I mean, it's clearly been impossible for the last 60 or 70 years for a one county versus the other county, or pardon me, one party versus the other party to once you've written yourself to be the ruler, you've kind of written yourself to be the
because in the Constitution, what it says basically is that the majority party of the House of the Illinois House gets to decide, or draw, I should say, the legislative districts based on the census. Now, again, they're supposed to base it on the census.
That doesn't always happen.
That doesn't always happen. There's also a certain timeline they have to apply to. That doesn't always happen. So, that's something that we would like to see done on an independent basis.
Tell you what, let's do. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about the convention coming up here in a week and a half, and also got a news story from a couple of years ago. They're going to show also that kind of clarifies a few things about where you guys think. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Donald Glenn's here, back right after this. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got Donald Glenn here. If you're interested, I suspect you can go to newillinoisstate.org and there's a contact us thing there, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, there is.
So yeah, that'd be able to help you out.
You can go there and you can register to you can volunteer.
I got to tell you, I pulled the frequently asked questions off of there.
I'm in trouble now.
I'm not going to do that. But I mean, it's a good way to familiarize yourself with what you folks are behind and what you're talking about. Another good way that you can do that. There was a news story on. I guess this was prior to the pandemic. This news story.
I believe so. Yes.
But this one was. It was by KHQA. Was that
Quincy.
right?
Yeah, KHQA in Quincy.
KHQA in Quincy. Let's take a look at that, and we'll see. We'll talk about this afterward as well.
For the past 2 years, New Illinois has made one message loud and clear: separate Chicago and Cook County from the rest of Illinois.
Our businesses are suffering, our citizens are suffering, and I like to introduce myself as the nobody who became the somebody who stood up for everybody.
Business leaders, locals, and community activists met up in Carthage, Illinois to discuss separating downstate Illinois from Chicago and Cook County.
So often, there are laws passed in the state, and it applies to everybody except for cities that are more than 2 million people.
So what is New Illinois?
It's a nonpartisan nonprofit organization with the mission of educating Illinoisans about their right under the U.S. Constitution to pursue the formation of a new state.
One of the main reasons of the meeting spoke about the misrepresentation of downstate Illinois. G.H. Merritt, the co-founder of New Illinois, says most of the state is rural, small towns, and suburbs. So speakers felt lawmakers making laws on behalf of Cook County need to better the rest of the state as well.
There are different needs, there's different interests, there's different economies. When something that's in the best interest of a major urban area is imposed on the whole state, that becomes problematic.
Merritt says she knows these efforts will take years, but it's a fight worth fighting. She says if you take Cook County from the rest of Illinois, the state's numbers would still fare pretty well.
The new state would have a population and a GDP that exceeds that of Indiana.
For attendee and New Illinois member Todd Curtoy, he says the meeting turned out great. He just wishes there was more public support.
A little disappointed in the crowd. I thought there could be a few more people here than this, but we got harvest going on and a lot of people out in the field. So,
still, Curtoy says if this plan goes through, it will open doors for not only downstate residents but businesses as well.
Well, it's going to mean taxation with representation for one, chance to get out from under the tyranny that we see coming out of Chicago.
Curtoy says Chicago does not represent the rest of Illinois. He says it's a night and day difference.
We're just different out here. We're small towns and rural communities, and we don't even govern like they do in Chicago. It's just a whole different mentality downstate.
Speakers made it clear that they want to move away from Chicago and Cook County, but remain cordial neighbors. We will keep you updated on any new updates pertaining this matter. In studio, Kendall Hyde, KHQA News.
Whoopee. Mute that before we get the feedback killing us all in here. Okay, so that's kind of explanatory there a little bit. I mean, those folks are working to put the new Illinois state together, aren't they?
Yes, and like I said, and as it was mentioned in the piece there, when you look at Illinois as a whole in the current state that it is, you've got Chicago and Cook County, and then you've got the rest of the state. Chicago and Cook County, the culture is different, the economics are different. There's just so much that is the urban area that differs from the rest of the state.
The thing is, though, a lot of folks I guess my confusion about, there's a lot of people who work in Chicago that live outside of Chicago that would be in one of the collar counties that would be going into a different state. I guess people do it all the time, don't they?
Oh yeah, well you got a lot of people like in Vermilion County. Yeah, they work in Indiana.
Yeah, well then I'm sitting there thinking you got people over in the Metro East heading over into St. Louis.
St. Louis, you've got up around the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
So it's not an uncommon thing.
It is not uncommon. Let's take a look again at the save the date for the Constitutional Convention in Effingham. Tell me a little bit about this. Where is this going to take place?
This is going to be at the Thelma Keller Convention Center in Effingham. Ted Dombrowski, the president of WirePoints, will be speaking, as well as you can see, Mark Allen Motzker, an Illinois historian.
Mark Motzinger was a professor at Illinois, right?
Southern Illinois, I believe.
Southern Illinois. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll be speaking. They'll be speaking on Friday night, and then I think we're going to have them speaking also on Saturday.
Oh, really?
As well.
Okay.
Saturday morning.
Okay.
Friday night is going to be pretty much would be about the speakers, and we'll have a dinner. And then Saturday morning we will have, again, like the speakers, and we'll do a joint session of our current legislature, what we have.
All right, now this is fascinating to me that you already have a slate right? A legislation already set to go.
We have currently county members from each of the counties that are involved. We do have a
so those would be Senate.
We have a House and Senate.
Okay.
So we've got as we call it, the Assembly, House Assembly, and the Senate. And I guess again, as I said, these would be the people that right now we are the ones trying to put together the Constitution, a new Constitution for New Illinois, because obviously one of the requirements when you become a state, you have to have a state constitution.
You got to have a constitution.
It's kind of they kind of go hand in hand, and so when we get to that point, we have to have something in place. So we're working on that now. And the people that are working on this, we are the legislators for the proposed state as it sits.
Right.
Now, as I said, that would only be
until elections.
Until elections could be held, and they would have to be held within a year after becoming a state. So
to me, it's just it's entirely fascinating. It is entirely fascinating in 2022. In this day and age, that a state could split, but it's a potential happening here in California, right? Are there other ones?
There have been. Well, I don't know about complete state splits. I know there is a movement in Nevada
to get rid of Vegas.
From what I understand, yes.
Wow.
Then there's also a movement in Minnesota of a number of counties in southern Minnesota wanting to defect to North Dakota.
How do they do that? Well, I don't know.
You have to get permission from both states.
You have to get permission from Minnesota and North Dakota.
Basically, if a county or group of counties wanted to move from one state to another and they're on a common border, you would have to get permission from the state you're leaving and the state you're going into, and then I think that once that's done, then it goes to the Congress to be approved.
They don't like those darn people up by Superior.
I guess. And I heard rumblings that there was some talk about, a number of years ago, there was talk about Texas trying to split into a couple different states.
Yeah,
Texas
always has some kind of hijinks going on.
But California right now, I think they've had their 9th or 10th constitutional convention. Wow. They are pretty much set to go as what I have understood.
I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back, talk a little bit more about this convention, and wrap things up here with Donald Glenn. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owners insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
have to cut around it.
Yeah, I can see them writing that. Folks, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey as talking here with Donald Glenn. He is with the newillinoisstate.org, and they are their goal is to create a separation between Illinois, a new Illinois, and it would be the Chicago, D.C., or what would it be?
No, well, the way I understand the way it would go is splitting from Illinois, they would retain the name Illinois.
Oh, I see.
And we would have to come up with a new name. Now, that could always be leveled out in negotiations, because if everything gets approved, the negotiations on assets and all that goes between the old state, the new state, and the federal government.
Oh, really?
So all three would enter into negotiations of saying, okay, you get this part of the debt, you get this part of the debt, okay, and something like the name could probably be thrown in there as well.
And assets that are hard capital assets, of course, they're not moving.
Right.
You know, a hard capital asset's going to stay where it is, but like roads and trains and stuff. But,
right.
I wonder how that would be affected. I guess you were talking about California has kind of something going on. I mean, you're probably talking about there's assets like of brain power and that kind of stuff. You know how they move, how capital assets are chosen and valued. That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh, well. Okay. So this convention, it is Friday, November 11th and 12th of 2022 in Effingham, Illinois. You're going to have food, band,
we're going to have
liquor?
We're going to have no band, but Friday night, like I said, will be a dinner, and then the two speakers will speak, and then we will have
Mr. Holbrook on the next day.
Mr. Holbrook is going to be there. I don't know if he's actually been confirmed yet, but we're working. We're trying to get him in, but we'll have all that, and then of course we'll have a social hour. We'll also have a meet and greet with Mr. Dabrowski and Motzinger prior to the dinner.
Okay.
So you'll have that's all on the website.
I like your new. This isn't the seal, I guess, but this.
No, this isn't this. This is a yard sign that we put we had made.
Are people using those?
We've sold a few. Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah.
So you go to that website.
Go to that website, and you contact.
There's the seal.
There's the seal. Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It originally when we did it.
You got 10-point buck.
Well, originally when we did it, the antlers, evidently somebody didn't have the antlers right, and it was an elk, not a white-tailed deer. So we had to kind of redo the antlers.
We had to adjust it, yeah.
But I like this logo a lot better because we were able to put a little more background and the river running through it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I think that's I like that logo.
By the rivers gently flowing.
Yes.
Now tell me about these people. This is your last convention, right?
This is from the last convention that was held in Urbana, Illinois, in May, and that is the Illinois State, the New Illinois Senate.
At that time.
At that time.
This was when?
May of this year.
May of this year. Okay.
Yeah, May of this year. May 26th of this year. And then this is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which was read at the Carthage, Illinois courthouse in Hancock County.
Okay.
But this was signed in Urbana at our convention. We had all the legislative members that wished to.
Well, that's the gentleman back there that you mentioned off the air earlier.
Yeah, that gentleman in the background there is the leader of our House Assembly.
Okay, leader of the House Assembly. How many members would there be in the House Assembly?
Right, it's 2 per county.
2 per county for the House,
and 1 per county for the Senate.
Okay, so population really isn't taking.
Not right now.
Not yet.
Not at this point, because, like I said, we're still formation, so we haven't really approached legislative districts. The one thing we are looking at, and we're kind of following California's lead on this, or New California's lead on this, is that to have the bicameral legislature, and it would be 1 person from each county for the Senate.
Oh, really?
Yes. So each county would have a representative in the state government.
Well, you were mentioning a little earlier. You were talking about the gerrymandering. This kind of gives folks an idea of how Illinois is gerrymandered. Like the congressional district from down there in the Metro East, going all the way up to Champaign.
Well, and in the new 102nd district that's being in this year's election, Adam Niemerg, I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah, that's right.
His district basically goes from where I live in St. Joe, which is east of Champaign,
right,
all the way down to the Tennessee border, Kentucky-Tennessee border. Yeah, he has.
I hadn't really looked at it.
He has that entire section. It will be his district.
Wow.
He told I was met with him and Senator Chapin Rose at a luncheon one time.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that if that district went through, to cover his district would take 4 hours. Just to go from point A to point B.
I had Adam on the show here last year. He does a nice job.
He's a fine guy.
Yeah. Okay. What is the legislature? What do the legislators think whenever New Illinois? Whenever
we've brought it up to a few, and it kind of gets mixed reaction. I know Dan Culkins is been a co-sponsor of Brad's legislation. There have been a couple others. We're always looking for more. So if you like the idea of New Illinois and you want to find a way to help, contact your representative. Tell them that you want them to back the resolution for a new state.
That'd be one way to do it. Another way is to attend the convention and learn more about it, right?
Yes, please. Tickets are on sale through Ticket Tailor. We have
affordable.
We have a number of different prices. You can get a weekend ticket for $95, and that lets you into everything except the separate legislative sessions. When we break into our different houses, you'll be able to attend the joint session, and that would include the dinner on Friday night, lunch on Saturday. Then we have separate tickets if you just want to come and hear the speakers. I don't have that right off the top of my head.
But I mean, it's all online.
It's all online. Go to Ticket Tailor. There's a link on the website.
What kind of time frame are you thinking here, Donald? How long is this?
Well, Friday night we're scheduled to start.
No. That's not what I mean.
Oh,
what's the time frame to becoming a separate state?
I don't want to go into that. No, it could take years. And I'm not going to mince words. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. It could take years.
Yeah.
It could be next year. We just don't know. A lot of it's going to be on when we can get the legislative support in Illinois.
Right.
And then B, when we can get the legislative support in the United States Congress. We have to, and quite frankly, we would like a lot more committees, county committees available to get this word out, because right now with only have about 30 of the counties, and we've got other counties that have people that are interested, but they just haven't formed committees. We really need to get people on board so that they can spread the word, so that they can talk about this, so they can bring up the fact that we're tired of being the second-class citizen.
That makes sense to me. Well, I got to tell you, Donald, good luck to you. It sounds like you got a long road to hoe, but no. What's the old sports cliche? Not too big a hill for a climber.
No, and again, I just want to urge people that if you've got the time for that weekend, 11th and 12th, check our website, get a ticket, come on in, listen to the speakers, talk to the members.
Just learn more.
Just learn more, and you can always go to our website. We've always got stuff up. Contact numbers are on there. If you want,
Don, I gotta go. Thanks for your time. All right, we'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll see y'all.